Aonishiki has spent the last 2 days pondering the words to use for his Ozeki pledge tomorrow. Since the 1990s, many new Ozeki have used a 4-kanji compound word, with Takanohana and Wakanohana seen as the pioneers, evoking unyielding and devoted sumo spirits respectively. Aonishiki may choose to evoke boldness and forthrightness, a la these two men, devotion of body and soul, like this pair, fighting with all one's might, like this man, steadfast sincerity, as did Shodai, flashes of spirit in the adversity he so often puts this man in, or total uniqueness, which comes with the burden of explaining how that differs from Onosato's. Or, like Tochinoshin, he could shun a 4-kanji compound and simply vow to uphold his master's instructions. While the Ukrainian mulls this over, the papers have chosen to fill the gap with opinions on November. The Yokozuna Council met Monday and reported, via Chairman Oshima, that it was broadly happy with what it had seen. Both Yokozuna stayed in the race until the end, and Aonishiki's title triumph has beamed a ray of hope into his homeland, Oshima said. Opinion was also expressed, he continued, on Hoshoryu's refusal to let go of Aonishiki's arm on day 14, increasing the injury risk. Dignity is important in the sumo world, and we'd like to see a collective effort to enhance it. Oshima's was about the only forum in which criticism was withheld. Sankei Sports' Tadashi Imamura was far less restrained, branding both Yokozuna pitiful. Hoshoryu's humiliating playoff defeat took him to 0-4 v Aonishiki, Imamura went on, and no titles in 5 attempts since making Yokozuna. That's what the Yokozuna Council gets for promoting him with a mere 8 minutes discussion, despite sizable opposition from within the judging division. You also have to question, he added, how Onosato put his shoulder out in that Aonishiki bout. You wonder if better training and prep might have helped him escape that fate. Aonishiki thus saved this tournament, Imamura wrote on, and I wonder if, in Paris next year, he will be the star attraction as a newly crowned Yokozuna. The Ukrainian showed in that playoff what a mighty warrior he is. Chiyonofuji famously cleared Ozeki in just 3 meets, with his engines hitting full throttle following his first title win. The fighting style may differ, but Aonishiki, according to multiple sumo coaches, is set for a similar surge. He's getting stronger by the tournament and still has room to improve, is what they say. And if, like Chiyonofuji, he fights until almost 36, even Hakuho's 45 titles could be under threat. Let me just take Imamura to task a bit. Firstly, I don't hear too many fans questioning Hoshoryu right now. We fully understand he was injured prior to Yokozuna debut, ironically in the heroic playoff triumph that got him there, and his record of 25-5 since his knock in July is hardly cause for concern, let alone to bash the Yokozuna Council. Secondly, with so much talent around, there's no way someone from this generation will break Hakuho's title record. Also weighing in, via Spornichi newspaper, was Master Nishonoseki, who made these interesting points. The final meet of the year, he began, saw Aonishiki's consistency stand out. I think he can only get stronger, and that extra poundage henceforth will lead to increased technical range and enjoyment of his sumo. Conversely, both Yokozuna clearly have issues to deal with. Hoshoryu's regulation match and playoff with Aonishiki both ended in defeat, both in dire fashion and with gaping ability gaps on show. Even Shoryu's mightiest thrusts could not stop Aonishiki from passing through his defenses underneath. He looked like a trapped piece on a shogi board and had no means of attack. His initial charge looks more like a tap and is far too light for me. It's something he has to revamp. I myself had the experience of losing 3 times straight to Teru no Fuji and being forced to reassess my style for the better. I feel this could be Hoshoryu's big chance to make the changes required. He's got more than enough ability to rework his charge and stance so as to regain a winning shape. Onosato, meanwhile, was misusing a body part somewhere, hence his injury. That's what his body has taught him, and his future depends on how he interprets this message and uses it to improve. His muscle tone seemed to deflate with every passing day this time, and with his back muscles looking especially weak, he seemed thinner in the final third. He's been damaged in body and soul this meet, and unless he alters his approach to conditioning and training, these things will continue to happen. The saying goes that you get stronger after an injury. It's the first real brick wall he's hit since turning professional, and I hope he can smash it down and achieve further growth from here. New forces are rising as the new year comes into view, with young talent like Yoshinofuji and Fujinokawa increasing in number. Sumo can be sure of a cracking 2026. Finally, the Yokozuna Council expressed concern over fan behaviour, and the increase in hooting and shouting just as wrestlers are set to clash. Mr. Oshima said, "Opinions were voiced to the tune of fans needing to study etiquette and manners that little bit more. Sumo is about 2 wrestlers focusing hard when they step into the ring and breaking the silence of the crowd with an explosive impact and battle, then ending things with a respectful bow. Both the calm and the fury of sumo should be on display in a bout. The importance of wrestlers and crowd creating an event in harmony was pointed out by committee members. We do, though, also accept that spectating culture differs between tournaments and regions." I think that is an implied compliment towards fans in London, who were praised by the Japanese press for nicely quietening down in the moments before every charge. Ironically, though, London fans likely did that in the misplaced belief that Japanese fans behave in that way. Those in the posher seats likely do, but those outside the elite likely don't, not least when drink flows freely. For many behind Mr. Oshima's seats, the sumo arena is the freest place they will find in terms of what they can do and say, and that is part of the charm. And the notion that manners are worse now than in the pre-TV age is rather laughably wrong.